Hello and welcome to another edition of Dash Cam Wisdom. And today I really want to talk about a deep subject, and this video is being made specifically for the Mentoring Men's group, and I hope that you will be able to glean a lot of value out of what I'm about to speak about. So, we all go through challenges, and it's part of life. It's a big part of life, actually. And the better that we're able to navigate those challenges, the better our quality of life. However, we need to be able to navigate, but we also need to be able to learn and understand what we're going through, why we're going through it. And then as we progress in our life, when similar situations come, then we better know how to handle them, better know how to navigate them. And then we can even gain deeper and deeper insights and lessons from the challenges that we face in life. So this isn't meant to be a spiritual conversation, but I'm going to talk about that to an extent because I don't really spend a lot of time talking about that. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about faith. I'm talking about belief in a higher power, which is, to me, different than religion. Okay, because when we get into a religion, in my opinion, now we're putting the creator in a box, and these are the rules and all this, where I really tend to lean to what the Dalai Lama said, in that he feels like God has no religion, right? So we've got to find our own way, in my opinion, to connect to the creator and build a relationship with the creator. And I have a relationship, okay? I don't think I could say that 30 years ago or 40 years ago or 50 years ago, but as of today, I do have a relationship. And unfortunately, we're not living in the Bible times where you had a question and then an angel appeared on your bed and told you to do this and do that, and you went and did it. Okay, we don't have that luxury now. So we can still get messages and communication from the creator, and it comes to us in different ways. But we've got to be paying attention to it, right? And one of the ways that I found that I get messages is you'll be dealing with an issue, wrestling in your mind. You haven't talked to anybody about it. You haven't spoken to anybody about this issue. And then someone that you trust will come, they'll send you a text, send you an email, call you up and address that issue for you without you asking. That's a big way. So I was on a walk the other day, and I'm having a conversation. I'm in prayer, and I'm having a conversation with God, and just saying, hey, I know things are going to work out in my favor. I know you're doing things in my favor. However, I've had so many instances, specifically on the business side, where thought I had a deal, and then the rug gets pulled out. Thought I had a deal, and then they go silent. Just so many frustrations like that. I'm like, I'm trying to plan and trying to navigate and get ahead and build something substantial, yet and still these challenges keep coming up. So that was my prayer. That was my conversation. All right. The next day, I'm listening to an audiobook. I'm probably less than 60 seconds into this audiobook, and it was Laws of Success, Napoleon Hill, and he reads this poem, and it just totally froze me. I was like, unbelievable. That poem is everything that I was asking about. I didn't understand. I do not understand. That was what I was saying. I do not understand why I have to go through all this. I don't get it. That was my question. So I'm going to share that poem with you. And then I'm also going to post it below. I went through on the internet. I found a copy of it, pasted, then later found that it had errors in it. Then I found out later that there were even a couple of passages missing. So I found those, filled them in. I've got it printed out. I'm going to post it. It's in a Word document. I'm going to post it below in the comments. And then there was just one sentence in there. It just didn't flow. And so I did change 3 words, and you'll see them in crimson. The title's in crimson, the author's name's in crimson, and I changed 3 words. They're in crimson. It just flowed better. She wrote it 100 years ago. And so maybe she ran out of gas. And so I changed those 3 words and made it flow better. Otherwise, it's intact. It's awesome. I'm going to share it with you right now. So the title of the poem is When Nature Wants a Man. Okay. And the author is Angela Morgan. I believe she wrote it in 1918. Let me know if this sounds familiar to you. Nature wants a man. When nature wants to drill a man and thrill a man and skill a man. When nature wants to mold a man to play the noblest part. When she yearns with all her heart to create so great and bold a man that all the world shall praise. Watch her method, watch her ways. How she ruthlessly perfects whom she royally elects. How she hammers him and hurts him, and with mighty blows converts him into trial shapes of clay which only nature understands, while his tortured heart is crying and he lifts beseeching hands. How she bends him but never breaks when his good she undertakes. How she uses whom she chooses, and with every purpose fuses him, by every art induces him to try his splendor out. Nature knows what she's about. When nature wants to take a man and shake a man and wake a man, when nature wants to make a man to do the future's will, when she tries with all her skill and she yearns with all her soul to create him large and whole. With what cunning she prepares him, how she goads and never spares him, how she wets him and she frets him, and in poverty begets him. How she often disappoints whom she sacredly anoints, with what wisdom she will hide him, never minding what betide him. Though his genius sob with slighting, and his pride may not forget, bids him struggle harder yet. Makes him lonely, so that only God's high message shall reach him, so that she may surely teach him what the hierarchy planned. Though he may not understand, gives him passions to command. How remorselessly she spurs him, how terrific ardor stirs him, when she poignantly prefers him. When nature wants to name a man, and fame a man, and tame a man, when nature wants to shame a man to do his heavenly best, when she tries the highest test that she reckoning may bring, when whom she wants a god or king. How she reins him and restrains him, so his body scarce contains him, while she fires him and inspires him, keeps him yearning, ever burning for a tantalizing goal, lures and lacerates his soul. Sets a challenge for his spirit, draws it higher when he's near it, makes a jungle that he clear it, makes a desert that he fear it, and subdue it if he can, so doth nature make a man. Then to test his spirit's wrath, hurls a mountain in his path, puts a bitter choice before him, and relentlessly stands o'er him. Climb or perish, so she says. Watch her purpose, watch how it spreads. Nature's plan is wondrous kind. Could we understand her mind? Fools are they who call her blind. When his feet are torn and bleeding, yet his spirit mounts unheeding, all his higher power speeding, blazing newer paths and fire. And fine, when the force that is divine leaps to challenge every failure, and his ardor still is sweet, and love and hope are burning in the presence of defeat. Lo, the crisis, lo, the shout that must call the leader out. When the people need salvation, doth he come to lead the nation. Then doth nature show her plan when the world has found a man. Sound familiar? Sure it does. That's what it takes. That's what we've been called to do. And the fact that we've been called to something higher means that we gotta be burned in the fire. And that's the reality of it. And so let's embrace it. And let's rise above all of our challenges to make this world a better place. Thanks for listening. Hope this finds you well. Until next time, take care.